What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday, which means it's another new episode of The Sinner Tonight. Number 4. Yes, we are at number 4 currently. And I guess it's time for our weekly check-in, our weekly chat about what's going to happen, what happened last week, what's going to happen this upcoming week, or what's going to happen tonight. I think episode 4 is really where the show kind of gets its wheels going, gets on the track, and just starts flying. I think this is one of our really compelling episodes, one of our most compelling episodes. Cora, my character, starts to go through some very unorthodox psychological evaluation to sort of see if she can get these memories, these repressed memories, to come back to her. And it's unorthodox, like I said, and it can be traumatic, and it can actually make things worse. But Bill Pullman's character Ambrose is dead set on doing it because he feels like, we're at a roadblock here. We don't know what else to do or where else we're going to go. So we're scrambling. He's scrambling for any kind of tool or tactic that we can, try to make some headway in this case. So I think this episode is very intriguing, and it kind of takes on a different feeling, a different vibe from some of our previous episodes, but I really do feel like it gets its legs. So if you've made it this far and you are with us and you've been with us for the last 3 weeks, I think this is going to take you over the edge, and this one will, at least I hope, will hold your attention for what we've got. After this week, we've got 4 more. So we don't have that much to go, and I think it's just going to get better and better and better. And yes, we're finally finished shooting, so I'm not in my trailer currently. I'm actually living in the real world again and out of the hole, which sometimes this black hole of filming is what it feels like, because you're just in this cave of, trying to get the stuff right and trying to create this vision that you have, that you've thought of for so long, trying to get it to come to life. And now, of course, we're in the editing process, and we're editing 5 and 6 and 7, and we just looked at a new cut of number 7, and it's very exciting. And I feel happy to be done, though. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of rest and able to really enjoy the fruits of my amazing crew and all of their labors on this project. What did you guys think of 103? I don't even know. If anyone has any theories, I'm dying to hear, because I think it's so fun to listen to different people's from different places in the country, what they think is actually happening. I mean, I obviously can't tell you anything, and who would want to know? I'm one of those people that I don't want a spoiler alert. I'm not interested in knowing the end before the end is coming. Okay, Bernal, I think your name is. I just got a question. Are you a method actress? No, I'm not. I don't know how I would be able to do that, or have that kind of a system or a protocol for myself and be able to come home to my family. I don't think it would be possible for me. I obviously am in awe of the people that have that kind of a process, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do that to my 2-year-old, I really enjoy being able to let it go and leave it at work and come home to my family and come home and just be a regular, real, normal person, and not have to feel the stress and the strain of whatever character it is that I'm portraying. This one particularly is particularly stressful. And honestly, I don't think it's good for me mentally, I know I might never recover from it. I'm looking at some other questions. Kristine says, how long does it take for you to memorize your lines? This is a really good question, because actually I think there's a misconception about line learning, where you don't actually have to learn the entire script. You do have to do that if you're going to be in a theater production, obviously. If you're doing a play or something on stage where you have to be ready to go and you do the entire thing every night, yes, you have to learn your lines, and that probably would take, I think it would take months, But when you're doing film or you're doing television, my process is I'm learning a few days before what I'm shooting. I'm looking at the lines, I'm getting them into my body, I'm putting them into my mouth, I'm letting them come out, saying the words for, for the first time probably. And I also don't want to be memorizing for too long. I want to have some sort of spontaneity. I want to be able to have said them before and know them, but not have a preconceived idea of what every specific line should sound like, because I want to use what's ever happening for me in the moment, what's ever happening for me that day. I want to use that emotion, I want it to be an authentic experience, because if maybe I'm thinking it should be one way, and then I wake up and I'm really, I don't know, stressed or anxious that day, that actually infuses your performance in some way. That's just my take on it. I'm sure everyone does it differently. But so learning lines, it doesn't take that long unless you're learning big monologues, and then you really have to put some time and energy into it. Dawn says, I'm anxious to see if the rest of the show follows the book. You just finished reading the book. Isn't it good? Oh man, so you know what happens. We follow pretty closely to the book in the large sort of threads of, the story. We take a lot of creative liberties with characters and with, some of the main plot points, but we stick kind of closely to it. So don't tell your friends. Keep it to yourself. It's so fun to be surprised, I think. I think that's one of the greatest things in life, is when we are surprised, because we are so rarely surprised anymore. Let me see what else I see here. Are you, Caitlin, are you also directing, producing the show, or only playing Cora? I am not directing this show, but I am producing with my company, Iron Ocean Films. But we also do television. The film is just the way we worded it a long time ago. I'm producing with my partner, Michelle Purple, and our company, also with USA and UCP, our wonderful partners for the show. I have directed something before. I directed a little short film, which was fun and, kind of silly, and I wouldn't say it was necessarily good, but I think maybe I'd like to direct in the future. I definitely would like to write some more. That's sort of like my little mini private hobby that I don't really do very often. I have started a couple of scripts, but I've never finished one actually. So that's a goal of mine. What else am I seeing here? There's so many nice comments here. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it's so amazing that people love the show. Let's see. Melanie, I just watched Rules of Attraction. Love, right. Do I still talk to Shannon Sossman? I haven't spoken to Shannon in a really, really long time. I think she's a mom, which is cool. But no, we haven't spoken in a while. I wish her the best and think she's an incredible, incredible actress, and was such a huge fan when we worked together so many years ago. Okay, Jody, did you have a say in picking the actor who plays your husband, the detective, etc.? Yes, I did, which is honestly such a cool part of being part of the producers in a project like this, is the casting process. It's incredibly interesting and very challenging, because I'm used to being on the other side of it. I'm used to having to video myself doing my lines and send in my audition, or go into the casting agent's office and put an audition on tape. And it's really, really vulnerable, hard process. So I feel like I have a lot of empathy and compassion for the actors who are taking the time out of their lives to put themselves on tape or come in and give an audition. So I just loved being on the other side of it, of course, because I already have the part, so that feels good. But I feel like I really was able to see these people who are coming in and really respect that they spent a lot of time and effort doing this. And we really found the most incredible people to be a part of this cast. Yes, I was helpful in casting Christopher Abbott, Bill Pullman, Abby Miller, Dawn Norwood, and the list goes on of incredible actors and actresses in this thing. I'm very lucky to have been able to be on both sides of it, for sure. Let's see. Aubrey, your character is very intense. Has it affected you in any way personally? Always hear about how some characters will affect actors' lives sometimes. Yeah. they can and they do, because you're kind of living with this person on a daily basis. And sometimes, like I said before, I like to leave that character at home, but sometimes they creep back in and they stay in your skin. I think Cora will live within me in some way always. I mean, I've learned so much from this experience. I've learned so much I learned so much about myself as an actor through this experience, and I think she will always be with me in some way. It sounds very esoteric, and it is a little bit abstract, that kind of idea, but I think she will be with me for a while, at least. She has definitely impacted how I step forward into a new role, and how I would maybe research something, and how much further I think I would need to go coming from this experience. Because even just being finished with it, just recently being finished with it, there's so many other things I wish I had, prepared, and so many other, experts I wish I had spoken to, and psychologists and psychiatrists. And, you always think about these things after you're finished with the project. So yeah, she's going to be with me for sure for a long time. Okay, I'm looking at some other comments here. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Shannon George says, you're amazing at crying on cue. So much heart. Thank you. That is a weird skill that I think is just one of those muscles that as actors you learn to cultivate. You learn to cultivate this ability to tap into whatever it is, like I was saying before. What are you dealing with that very day, that very moment? Let your own life affect you. And then honestly, with this particular material, I'm just affected by it. When I would get on set every day, and I would, look at my sides and look at my script and go, wow, this woman, what she's experiencing, what if this actually happened to me? How would I manage this? How would I be able to survive this thing? And part of the show is really about survival, it's about taking the traumas of your life and overcoming them, and knowing that we are all experiencing these things, not exactly the same necessarily, but versions of the same kind of thing. We're all flawed by them, and we're all constantly working on them. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird muscle that we cultivate, and this particular project, I found that I am able to just find it. It's also kind of sounds weird, but sometimes you can't get it. Sometimes you just go, I'm not feeling it, and we better move on. And somebody better write this crying scene out of the picture. What else can I tell you guys? Kayla Shea Forehand. Does everything come out in the 8 episodes, or will it pick up later on? You can't wait to see. No, we are going to finish out this story in 8 episodes. So all questions will be answered. Everything will be uncovered. The mystery will be solved, at least as much as, as much as we have taken from the book and are using in our story. Because like the book, we're very similar, but things are a little different. It's just the nature of the beast when you are, adapting a piece of literature. So yes, we're going to close it out. If you can stick with us until episode 8, you will get all the answers that you have. And if you have more answers, then we can jump back on Facebook and Facebook Live, and you can ask me more questions, and I'll see if I can answer them. So, Crystal, you're so excited for tonight's show. Oh, thank you so much. I'm trying my best, honestly, guys. It's the best I can do. Tracy Rader, I am so emotionally involved and obsessed with the show. I can't even. Thank you, Tracy. I can't even either. I think if I wasn't on this show, I'd be really excited about watching the show too. So, guys, it's a few more hours until the show is on again tonight. And once again, thank you for listening to me blabber on about this whole thing. I really appreciate it. It's a labor of love and my passion project, and I'm just thrilled you guys love it. That's it. I just am here to entertain. So thank you so much. Thank you. I will see you next week here. Not the same time, maybe not the same place, but somewhere around the same time in the same place. Enjoy the episode tonight, and I will speak to you guys soon. Thank you very much.